Hello Sundaris, welcome back to My Sundar Life. Come join me as I go for a 2-day road trip to Pune. I must say that I'm loving this ride and the scenic view along the way. If you're contemplating whether to go by road or train, I would choose the road. First, let me take you to our Airbnb. We had booked a beautiful apartment in Aundh. While this is not a luxury stay, it was clean and comfortable for 2 nights. If you want to explore a city like a local, I highly recommend booking Airbnbs rather than luxury hotels. Like I mentioned earlier, my intention for Pune was extremely clear. I'm here to explore Pune and, of course, eat yummy food, and I also like accessories, which means I'm here to hunt for the best Paithani sari in town and also share my recommendations with all of you. Our first shop in Pune was Tribes India. If you're into handicrafts, then this place is a must visit. You will find some amazing artifacts over here with respect to home, clothing, and many types of accessories. I'm so excited to show you everything I brought here. I bought 4 anklets, a jute folder, and a cane clutch. They're so pretty, right? If you have a favorite local store and a recommendation for me, you must share the names with me. I'll save it for my next visit. Next, we are headed to Shabri restaurant, known for its authentic Maharashtrian aka traditional thalis. Reminder guys, don't just go to a restaurant because your favorite creator recommended it. Always Google and check the reviews. I loved the thali, but I must say this sev tomato sabzi, hot. After our dinner, we went to this coffee place called Anna. It's a South Indian restaurant and placed very close to Shabri. As we enjoy a good filter coffee here, a thought comes to mind. I encourage everyone to enjoy filter coffee when in India rather than lattes and cappuccinos. What do you think? Then we returned to our Airbnb. This time, I noticed this unique peephole setup next to the main door. Isn't this cute? I agree. The next morning, we are out and about in our hunt for an ideal breakfast. We were looking for some chai and bun maska, but I happened to spot this tiny entrance to a sweet shop. My intuition dragged me in and I'm so glad that it did. They were preparing some warm nibbles and I couldn't resist myself. I bought the green peas karanji and some khandvi. Then I also ordered some malai laddus. The name of this place is called Kaka Halwai. When I researched the name, I realized that they were a chain and there are a couple in Pune. I highly recommend this place. Then we headed to a cafe called Good Luck Cafe. We ordered chai, bun maska and patti samosa as initially planned. This is an Iranian cafe. The chai turned out to be average, bun maska was too bready and the samosa too oily. My initial thoughts were that it operated purely on nostalgia and good luck. Alright, I'm out. Look at this veggie stall. It looks so pretty, right? And very well stocked with fresh veggies. If I were staying here for a few more days, I would have loved to cook something local and share the recipe with you all. Do you all enjoy watching food videos as well? Do let me know in the comments. Next up, I wanted to buy a Paithani sari. So we went to the store called Tathastu. I liked what I tried here, but I wasn't 100% sold. In this pic, the staff have draped me in a Paithani with silver borders. And this is quite rare to find. As I wasn't convinced, I did not end up purchasing this. However, I did end up buying a cheaper synthetic blouse piece that imitates a Paithani border pattern for a personal craft project. Post that, I spent some time in the market and enjoyed pineapple juice and also tried few other Paithani saris in the local shops. I'll add some snaps of what I tried, but they were very ordinary, so I'm not recommending these to you. Next, we are driving to Jodi Life. Guys, I really wanted to love this place. Just look at their website. They do a fabulous job at marketing. All their fabrics and clothes look amazing. But when we finally reached this place, it looked dead. And then this happened with me as well. Oh well, what can I say? We need to carry on. We were back on the road, and then I spotted this crowded spot called Kanika's Dairy Farm, where we stopped and enjoyed some kachori, jalebi, and rabdi. The jalebi and rabdi were tasty, but the noise and the crowd were just too stimulating, so I wouldn't recommend going here. I do need to confess that I made my brother drive to the other end of the town called Kharadi, as I wanted to explore a particular store that I had seen on another vlogger's channel. The good news, however, is that I loved the store and the collections. I ended up buying 5 saris, couple for myself and a few for gifting. Thanks to my brother, and also thanks to Priyanka Naik, who had shared this place in her vlogs. I have added all the details of the store in the description box below. Do check them out. We were too tired at the end of all this and hence decided to go to a nice place to enjoy our dinner. We ended up at the Sante Spa Cuisine. Lucky for us, I had made a booking while we were on the way. I do want to call out that the receptionist had an attitude problem and was passive aggressive with the customers who showed up without a booking. All in all, the food and the ambience were extremely good. I do highly recommend. The next morning, I'm still adamant on finding the most unique Paithani sari. This takes me to Zartari Silks. Guys, this is it. Look at the border. Not only did it look royal, but the thread used on the border was not the typical bright gold. This was metallic sunburst color. If you're doing wedding shopping, then definitely do check this place out. With my heart full of great memories, we head back to Mumbai. On our way back, we did stop at the Phoenix Mall of Millennium for some shopping at Zara and also dinner at Ishara. I hope you loved Pune as much as I did, and if you're still here, please do leave a comment and like and subscribe. Until next time, stay Sundari!